What's up, y'all? This your boy Alhan Thomas, and this is my last day being 28. I'm gonna tell y'all about when I first made 28. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all something before that. Okay, my auntie, man, she planned like a Christmas get together. Um, Man, this was like 2024 Christmas. We had fun, man, where we roast marshmallows and stuff, and we had fun, man. It was real awesome, man. And it was like, man, it was a cabin. It was really huge, man. They had like where you could go fish at. It was really awesome. Yep, it was really awesome, man. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. I'll tell y'all about something else before I made 28. Man, they had a tragic on Bourbon on New Year's Day where 15 people lost their life. It was really terrible, man. Bourbon, the vibe in New Orleans, when you from New Orleans, that's the street where everybody go at, go on, Bourbon. But now I'm gonna tell y'all about when I first made 28. I mean, let's say a day before that. Okay, man, it was snowing. A lot of snow, man, just everywhere. So for my birthday, I really couldn't do nothing because of snow. A lot of stuff was closed down, so I couldn't really do nothing. But and the snow, got really lower, so I wound up going by my sister's house with my nephew. We walked to my sister's house, and we talk and stuff, and yeah, had a little good time for my birthday. So that it's always amazing to be around family. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about man. Man, yeah. This year was really not this year, but last year was really this year gonna be amazing. Let's hope so. Last year was terrible. Um, Man, I'll tell y'all about we did another on Christmas thing. You know, it was really it was really awesome. This little Christmas thing, man, where everybody like did a talent show and performed. It was really awesome. We did that this Christmas, and the whole family, we was like, man, in a little boot camp, man, like type of big mansion, man, it was awesome. Where they had showers, it was really, and they had a big hall, it was really awesome. You know, yeah, and yeah, that was this Christmas. But last year, man, I gotta take y'all back to last year because 2025 was terrible, you know? So this was before Christmas, man. Man, I wound up, I'm chilling in my house, man. My grandma, she was in the hospital. We was praying, hope, she was like 98. We was praying, hoping that she'll, recover and get better and leave the hospital. But next thing you know, I got a call, man. We prayed and everything. Oh, my grandma got a couple of days, a week to live. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was terrible, man. So all the family went to Atlanta, you know, to go see my grandma before she abdicated. And I wound up seeing my grandma on FaceTime. I, wound up getting on her on FaceTime, and you know what she told me? She said, "You look good." That was the last verse she told me, and she told me she loved me. That was the last verse, and I told her I love her. She like, "I love you more." So, and my grandma then got the call. My grandma wound up passing away. So, had to go back to New Orleans. Yep, for my grandma's funeral. But I was riding um I was riding with my with my brother, we went to go get some stuff to wear for my grandma's funeral. And like we wore some white dickies. Yeah, that's what we wore. I had the dicky shirt, the dicky pants, you know. Yeah. And my pops, you know, he brought us and we went and got some dickies. You know, that's why I wore. Man, I went and got my hair done for a funeral and stuff, you know. Yeah. No, matter of fact, I ain't get my hair done for her funeral. Matter of fact, I should have got it done, but a lot of stuff was booked up already, so I couldn't really do it. Um, so we wound up going to my grandma funeral. Man, we finally got there, man. It was really sad, man. You know, I ain't never sung for, nothing really, no event, no family event, but man, I was like, I gotta sing for my grandma's funeral. So I got up there and sung the song. I made a slideshow for, that I wanted them to play at a funeral, but they ain't play the slideshow. So I made the slideshow and I did the song for the slideshow, you know. The song by Smokey Robinson, I'm really gonna miss you. Man, I just don't want to sing it right now. But I had to sing it for a funeral. It was really amazing. And we left, my bro rode with me and my pops. Yeah. He rode with me and my pops. Yeah, man. Yeah, then we went by my big cousin house. Well, we had a good time with the family, recovering from, man, trying to recover from this tragedy, my grandma, She was amazing. She was a blessed woman. She was a clean woman. She did everything she needed to do. And when you know her, man, she was a nice lady, and she was like everybody, grandma, for real. And she cooked real good, man. She'll feed the homeless. She'll feed anybody who need help. She was amazing. Next thing you know, yeah. So my brother, he ran with me and my pops, you know, going to, leaving my grandma's funeral. But, first, I think we did a little second line, man. Well, I ain't really never, hold the what you call them before, man. But I'm like, man, I gotta hold my grandma. We did all type of moves and stuff. We put it in the air, then we had to put it down. We was on second lining with my grandma, Yeah, her lifeless body, man. We had to send her off right. Yeah, so yeah, after that, I wound up catching a ride with my pops, and we went by my big cousin house, and he cooked and had something over there, like a repast and stuff. I think they had the repast. I forgot. I don't know, but it was like it. But after that, my pops was like, he ready to leave and go out of town. You know, I'm like, man, you know, I'm like, already? He was like, yeah. So, I stayed by my cousin's house for a couple of hours. Then, my house, he was ready to dip out of town. I know I should have stayed, man, because, it really was something terrible that I could, if I stayed, I probably could have prevented. That's how I feel. But, I know God make no mistakes. You always got to pray and keep your head high. Yeah. But, man, so we wound up, dipping after we went to get together, after my grandma's funeral. Yeah, me and my pops, we wound up leaving. Yeah, he was tired and everything. I'm like, you should have stayed. He was like, man, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to go. So I wound up leaving with him, you know. So I got back to my house. We finally made it back, you know. And next thing you know, like I don't know, it was a day or two, a couple of days, you know. Next thing you know, I'm playing a game at this time, trying to beat the hardest part, like on extra hard, man. I'm like, next thing you know, my brother he called me, like, man, you know, he told me my big brother was gone, man. I'm like, dang, you know, my big brother, you know, Jay, he was real cool, man. He loved to do music, you know, and he loved his two beautiful daughters too, you know. Man, I ain't never got to do a song with my brother, man. We was trying, you know, I was trying to do a song with him, man. And every time, you know, I'm trying to do it with him, man, he was always he was always gone somewhere. So I'm like, man. But one time we just stayed in the house and we rehearsed it. You know, we couldn't really get it right because the beat was it wasn't long enough for two verses. So, you know, we couldn't, you know, we tried to get it right, but we just couldn't, you know, and plus he kept leaving a lot. So I was like, dang. So I couldn't record this song with him because, you know, I had to go out of town, you know. So I couldn't really record the song with him, you know. You know, so we couldn't do the song, but he left me with some lyrics. You know, he told me that, you know, he was mad because I was pressuring him to do the song, man. I'm like, man, please get on the song, you know, you know, yeah. But he was laughing about it, man. Yeah, man, he want me, you know, like, you know, he got stuff to do, whatever. But you know, he was always gone, so I couldn't get him on the song, you know. So we couldn't even do a song, but he, you know, wound up. He was happy every time we rehearsed the song, you know. He loved it, the lyrics, man. I will sing it to y'all, but y'all gonna because it's a big hit, you know. But he was like, man, just you rap the verse, you know. So you know, I guess you know now I gotta rap it, man. I wish he was here, so you know, he could have got on this song with me. We would have had our first song together. Probably even shoot a video and famous together, all type of stuff. But I guess it wasn't meant, man. But yeah, man. My brother, you know, he wound up passing away, man. So I had to go back to the city of New Orleans, you know, and I recorded a couple of songs, you know. Then even the song that he was supposed to be on. Yeah. And you know, we were getting prepared for his funeral and stuff, man. Yeah. I was around my family, I had to stay around my family. You know, we was going through at these two tragic moments like back to back. It was just terrible, man. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, man. So we wound up, you know, I wound up going to my had to go to, you know, man, for my brother's funeral, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That was amazing, you know. I rode in the limousine, like, yeah, we rode in the limousine, man, but I got to the funeral, it was real sad, man. It was just terrible, man. Like, you know, the same pastor who did my grandmother's funeral did my brother's funeral too. Yeah, it was just terrible. He was like, man, you know, everybody was like in shock, like this is crazy, man. You know, so you know, I wound up on. I had to be one of the pallbearers for my own brother, man. I ain't really said nothing at his funeral. You know, did no song or song, but you know, yeah, I was busy doing something else. But you know, it was really sad, man. R.I.P. to my brother Jay, man. He was a real one. You know, he always showed love when he come around, like and crack jokes and smile. Amazing, cheerful person, man. And he loved to cook. He could just whoop up anything. Like Man, I miss my brother, man. I miss my grandma, man. It's and another thing, man, I got the worst luck making with my music. Like I got like the worst luck for real, man. I tried so, much to make it with my music, man. I got the worst luck, man. Like I hope this luck get better, man. For real, this is just terrible. I've been gone. I've been getting better. Yeah, but still gotta, still gotta get myself better because I'm still dealing with the loss of my brother, my big brother Jay, and my grandmother Marty. You know, man. Yeah, man. It's just really sad, man. So, man, so when what I did, like, man, while I was in New Orleans a couple of days, man, used to go to the clubs and do like dance battles and stuff, have fun and stuff, man, with people, yeah, vibing, just had to get myself back on, try to get myself a little bit more better, but you know, man, I lost my brother, man. He used to rap like me. He was a cool person, man. Yeah. But, dang, I'm telling y'all, man, a lot of people be like, oh, dream do come true, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Dream do come true, But, man, but for me, my music, that's something I really want to do, I really love music. I'm passionate about this, you know. I know I probably wasn't ready back then, but I'm ready right now. I'm ready to do this, ready to win that Grammy, ready to be on that BET Awards. I will win a Grammy. Mark my word. I will win one. You know, and hopefully, this year, I can make an impact with my music and be able to create a buzz, a fan base, or, over 100 millions of people and a following with over a couple of million, have like a couple of hundreds of million streams on Spotify, go platinum, go diamond, I'm ready to do this right now, I'm ready. And I got some songs, keep doing it, stay motivated, not gonna give up. I'll tell y'all, man, don't never give up. Don't give up at all. Stay passionate, stay focused, stay positive, stay blessed. Because, a lot of stuff really wasn't, I was going through a lot of stuff. It's hard to get a job where I'm at. It's really hard. I don't know, even though it don't matter how much I try, it's really hard to get a job. But yep, man. But what I'm trying to do, man, I'm really trying to make it with my music, I pray every day. But I had to start hitting the gym. First gym day was on New Year's. I did 10 days in a row and just kept going to the gym again. Right, new year, new me. For real, and the better me. For real. So, man, y'all stay positive, stay blessed, man. You know, got new music on the way. Hope for this year be my year. Ain't nothing guaranteed, Like, I'm supposed to keep my hair for like, let me tell y'all something. I'm supposed to grow my hair out for like 15 years. It's past that now, I don't know what I probably do with it now, But man, like I said, man, I got I gotta record the phone a little different because the other camera's terrible. Yup. But man, oh man, this Alhan Thomas, and this is my last day being 28. Man, let's do a song right now. Should I do Make It Now? Should I do a little freestyle? Maybe. Let's see. Should I go acapella? Love. I'm trying to do my best deliver all the stress. I just want more because I'm tired of getting less. Sometimes I be weak, sometimes I be depressed, because this world kind of like a mess. But I know I gotta make it. I'm gonna be one of the greatest, you know, feeling like the doctor because some days I'm running out of patience, but got a lot of people really steady hating, you know. They say they real, but they steady faking, you know. Gotta keep going like a climbing up a ladder. My pocket was really slim, but now they about to be fatter. And I'm gonna be on a trip in Miami. I can't wait till that day I touch my first Grammy. Yeah, that's just a freestyle, man. Man, I probably drop some R&B songs, so be tuned in for that, man. Yeah, man, and stay positive, stay blessed. Don't let nothing, bring you down. Stay with your head above your shoulder and stay smiling. Even when you're mad, you're sad, just stay smiling and pray. That's what you gotta do. Say your prayers, you know, because guess what, man? You know, ain't nothing powerful than God. Yeah. But yeah, man, this Alhan Thomas, man. Boy, Alhan Thomas, and this is my last day being 28.